Oh, this is some tea. We ready for some tea? Hi you guys, if you watched our part 1 of the Q&A video, thank you so much. We appreciate all your love and support. Before you watch part 2, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and if you didn't watch part 1, go over to part 1 where we talk about all kinds of things. Now this part is a little more of a risque part. It's a lot of talking about things that might make people upset. They're very controversial, so enjoy. So this is some tea. We ready for some tea? How do you handle discipline if you don't spank? And do you find it hard to do this, or is it easier for you? Well, I'm gonna let him answer first because, truth be told, he believed in spanking when we got together. So I'm gonna let him answer and then I'll answer.
Growing up, I was spanked as a kid, and that's just what I thought discipline was. Dating Chelsea and seeing that she didn't spank, kind of laughed at it at first. You know, we talked about it. She asked me to read some stuff about it. Thinking about it, it kind of clicked. Why are we spanking our kids? Like, what is that showing them at a young age? It's okay for adults to hit me, but I can't hit my siblings. I can't hit other kids. Adults, if they hit each other, they'll go to jail after they're 18, but adults can hit their children. Once I started thinking about that, it started to not make sense. Thought about me in general. I don't really like talking to people that I don't know, and
You don't like confrontation?
I don't like confrontation, and
He just closes up completely.
things like that I can see maybe started back when I was a child, and maybe I was way more outgoing, but through this discipline of spanking.
Being told to shut up, being told to stop crying, just being like hit, it literally instills in you to, when there's confrontation, just shut up.
Yeah. After thinking about it like that, I can't imagine hitting or spanking one of the girls. I say hitting because that's what spanking is.
Woo! Preach! I'll add to his and then I'll say my own. I think one thing he also tells me all the time that I really love is he's like, I've just seen the fruit of it. I've seen, you know, how the girls are compared to other kids that are spanked. There's this misconception that spanked kids are more well behaved in society and they're going to do more in society than non-spanked kids. But I will literally see in the grocery store a parent, you know, slap their child for, you know, misbehaving, and then I'll watch that child slap them right back. We don't deal with slapping. Our kids don't hit us. They very rarely do we ever deal with hitting. It's just crazy to me to ever think that we as adults tell ourselves that it's okay for whatever reason that we can hit our kids. This is gonna get a lot of backlash, and that's okay. I'm not sitting here saying you're abusive. I'm not sitting here judging you. I have friends who spank their kids and we're still friends. It doesn't mean I think what they're doing is right, because it's just not. All they tell me is I was spanked and I was fine, and that they don't say that they've read into it. They don't say that they've studied it, the psychological effects it has on kids. But I can list you 12 different books I've read, studies that have been done by people who have studied psychology for decades, early childhood development, people who have bachelor degrees in it that don't spank, that used to believe in spanking and now don't. This generation is the biggest generation that has social anxiety in relationships, that beat their significant other, hit their significant other, yell at their significant other. And that was the generation that we grew up in, that was, you know, spanked with belts. And we laugh about the fact of the different things our moms spanked us with like it's funny, and it's not. All the time when we're out in public, my people will look at my kids and say, oh my goodness, they're so well behaved, they're so polite, they're so timid and sensitive hearted and very mature for their age. Because we take the time to get to know them as people. The way that we handle discipline in our house is, one, we talk to them. We talk to them about what they did. We tell them why it's not okay. How would that make you feel if someone did that to you? If it's yelling, if it's, you know, throwing a temper tantrum, if it's crying for no reason. If they're crying, we're saying, are you hurt? Did someone hurt your feelings? Then why are you crying? We ask them why. Why are you crying? And normally that makes them think, why am I crying? And they'll stop. Because if you just tell them to shut up, they're gonna think you don't care about whatever they're feeling. It could be nothing, but that doesn't matter. And so we talked to them about what they did wrong. We do timeout all the time if it's just something that, you know, is flat out not okay. If we told them to do something and they turn around and do it anyways, it's a timeout. We take their stuff away, stuff that means something to them. I think that's it. Like, it's really just getting to know them as people, wanting them to grow up and know how to have conflict and be okay with having conflict, not shy away from conflict, because that never solves anything. And then you just build it up. We don't want our kids to build stuff up. So I'm hoping to raise successful human beings, polite human beings, kind human beings. I don't think I'm going to do that by instilling the fear of God into my kids. And I don't want my kids to fear me. If you want your kids to fear you, then I judge you. So that's the tea. Oh man. Oh boy. Let you go first on that one.
You go first. You know what you're gonna say.
I have gone back and forth with vaccinations, to be completely honest. I don't think that there should be so many at a young age. And if I had a choice, it would be done on a very delayed schedule. Lena is 18 months old and hasn't even had her 15-month shots. The MMR scares me the most. Live vaccines really scare me. I know that I believe in them. However, when an 8-pound baby is given, 8 vaccinations within the first month of life, I don't think that's necessary. I think they're gonna catch those things in the first month of life. The things that they give them, they don't even have the chance of getting until, way down the road. So I think if I had a choice, I would definitely do a very delayed schedule. They would get them all, but I just don't think all of them is necessary.
That pretty much sums it up. How did you and Tyler meet?
Oh man.
Tinder.
We actually made up a story on how we met to make it sound more romantic. So we met on Tinder, talked for about a week. It is still romantic. Like, we say that we met on Tinder, but he still took me on a first date. It wasn't like, hey, do you want to come over to my house and chill at 3 o'clock in the morning when my kids are asleep? I was just gonna meet him there, and he's like, no, why don't we meet somewhere in Gallatin and I want to take you on an actual date. In the Walmart parking lot, and I got into his car and we went on an actual date. We hung out for about a month. And it's so cute because he actually officially asked me to be his girlfriend, and then we went on another first date. So it was actually very old school and not old school in a way, because I haven't gone on a first date in years. Actually be officially asked to be his girlfriend was like something that I didn't think happened anymore. And then a week later we got pregnant, but still. Old school. Do you guys have a difficult child, and if so, which one and how? Rosalie. Rosalie is our difficult child. She is very
emotional,
sensitive. She feels things fully. So if she's happy, she is very happy. If she is sad, she is very sad. She can also go from one to the other in the drop of a hat.
5 seconds.
She can literally be bawling her eyes out, tears streaming down her face, and go, I'm so happy! And we're just like, it's very hard navigating how to calm her and get her to understand what she's feeling, but it's gotten a lot better. When Tyler and I first started dating, she would have full-fledged panic attacks, and he at first didn't believe they were panic attacks. In a shower with her for 45 minutes of her just uncontrollably sobbing, throwing up on herself, gagging, then he believed that she was having, it wasn't just like a temper tantrum or a meltdown. It would be like coming out of sleep, hyperventilating. And so she's come a long way from where she was, but of the 3, Rosalie. I'm doing a video of hairstyles for your hair and also toddlers. Now I am rocking the 80s hair clip look. I can also show you the mom bun and the straight out of bed look. Those are the 3 that I use.
That question was for me.
Oh, well, he can show you the do nothing look.
Have nothing look.
For the girls, I do French braids. I can definitely show you guys about Carly's hair. I think that's what everyone would be talking about because of her curls. If that's what you're talking about, I can definitely do that. Then mostly it's just brushing and putting up in ponytails. But yeah, I mean, if everyone wants to see what I do for Carly's hair.
All right, you guys. Well, the final question was actually about Tyler's proposal. It was like a 4-parter question about him deciding what ring, him deciding why he was going to do it in Disney, the day of, what he was feeling the entire time up to where he was going to decide to do it, which day he was going to decide to do it, both of our emotions during the proposal, and then the last question was about when and where we want to buy a home. There were so many questions that it was really hard to make this even a two-parter, so if this video, the part 2, gets over 100 views, then I will post the full story of how Tyler picked out the ring, like his entire story of picking it out, where he went, stuff like that, how he hid it from me, then why he decided to do it at Disney, where he was going to do it at Disney, and then both of our emotions in the actual proposal. So if you guys can help me get this video to over 100 views, then I will post a special part 3 of this Q&A. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all your love and support. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next adventure. Good night.